AMS2 or Automobilista 2 is a game released by the Brazilian studio Ryza Studios in 2020. It has been filled with a lot of criticism, but one thing it also has is mods. The mod support hasn't been the best compared to obviously Assetto Corsa, but in AMS2 it's been a bit harder, but you have only been able to do cars recently. But now, finally, tracks have become a thing. So let me take you on a trip down California highways to show you the good mods AMS2 has had. And obviously to do that we have to choose a car. So no better than a modded Ferrari 458 Italia. Okay, so now we are sitting here at the circuit, and obviously we don't have any engine noise. But let's hear the engine. So it sounds quite good, but if I remember correctly, they have to, put in the engine noises. They have to take them from another car in the game. But now let's put it in the first gear. It's green light, and away we go. And let me just tell you, I've driven this circuit before, but not with this car. And it feels very well. Just this car is quite a bit slidely. So you have to be really careful when going on the brakes, as you can see there. So maybe let's make the TC and ABS to max. But if you're wondering how to download them, I won't be able to tell you because I'm not good at it. So just check out overtake.gg's video on AMS2 mods. And then if you want to download this circuit or this car, or if you want to download the circuit and add it, then you have to go to the Project Cars modding team and check out what they say over on their website, because that's where this car is from and this track. And you might recognize the name and the layout, and that is because it's from Project Cars 2. And as you hear in the Project Cars 2 modding team name, they port this circuit from Project Cars 2. So that's where they will be taking circuits from. But they say it's quite a long and a hard process, so I don't know how long we'll have to wait until the next one. Just remember, it will be very good. And so far, I've had a few problems in this car, but that's no shocker. I'm not the best of drivers, and I am not used to this. But also, if we just check the interior quickly, you can see it's quite well modeled. So I don't know if they take this from AMS2 or if they make it from their own data. That you have to ask the Project Cars 2 modding team. Oh god, this car is so hard to drive. I feel like a lot of people might not like my driving skills, but oh well. But ooh, I really like this, and it seems like, I don't know how they do with the tires, but I feel like they maybe also take the tires from another car. So maybe cars are not the best, because I've heard that the cars, as I stated before, you can't add your own audio to them, so they have to take the audio from different cars, and they might do that with the track and everything. But you'll have to do your own research, because I don't know that fully. I just know that this car and mod is quite good. You can see the display, everything works. You have the tire temperature and oil temperature. No, you have the water temperature and oil temperature. Maybe I have the brake bias a bit too far back when braking. So let's push it a bit forwards. Because something which I like about this game, which is better than, in my opinion, ACC, is what's it called? The brake bias seems quite realistic. Because I think I stated this before in one of my older videos, that when talking about to my dad about this, who knows quite a lot about cars, when I was talking about the brake bias, I could drive a Porsche with less than 50% brake bias. And then he was saying like, why do you want that? Because in cars, when you brake, the nose goes down. So why would you want more brake, and all the weight transfers forward? So why do you want more braking in the rear? Oh, doing a NASCAR moment there. Yeah, so I was talking about that, but here it roughly stays at around 60. You can be obviously a bit lower weight, because with the rear engine a bit higher with cars with who are front engined, which are. So I feel like this seems more realistic than that game. And then also the FFB feels like, in my opinion, more detailed than the one in Assetto Corsa. Apparently the tire model is also a lot more complex in in AMS2, which uses the Madness engine, which is why these circuits come from Project Cars 2, due to them using the same engine. That was a good save. And now we come on to the sort of more straighter bit with roughly 50% cleared. So if you check in the top left corner, you have like percent instead of actual, what's it called, laps, which probably means you could have rallies if you can make custom rally stages in this game. But as you can see, this is quite hard to try and push to its limits, especially when not tuned properly. I feel like the brakes get cold a bit too easily. And yeah, maybe I should start braking from here. Maybe can we try and drift it a bit? Yeah, it was. Yeah, it seems a bit fun. But as stated before, this is quite a hard car to handle. But the circuit is also quite well. Oh, and here we get the jump! Oh, if I had damage on, I would be screwed there. Thankfully, I don't. So then let's keep going a bit. Just keep going. Oh, little jump there. Lost the rear turn. So yeah, this car doesn't have a lot of rear grip when trying to push. As you can also see on my tire temperatures, because the pressures are about the same, but the temperatures are like 10 degrees hotter in the rear. Oh, I don't know what's with that corner actually, because even though when I was testing this circuit out in a... What was it? I tried it with a Porsche GT3R. It was also very bouncy there, but I don't know if that was in the original Project Cars too or not. But yeah, this feels really good. This mod feels quite well done, and it looks really good. And then let's just ease off a bit. Try and... Are we gliding into the finish? There we are done. 9 minutes 21. Can you beat it? But yeah, I feel like this circuit is a very fun one to drive, but also very hard. So it's like, yeah, quite decent. But what does this show for Automobilista 2's future? Well, now we can make cars and we can also make tracks. But both of them will be quite hard to make. And now with Automobilista 2 having not the world's biggest, what's it called, driver base, or I should say like player base, there are not a lot of people who will actually make mods. But hopefully it will grow steadily with also Automobilista 2 physics growing. But what would make Automobilista 2 much better is when they add the career mode and when they make the multiplayer better, which Renato said 2 months ago. They are trying to see what would make, what's it called, the netcode better, I think it was, and the involvement there. And they're going to release a development update this month. So hopefully we'll get to see that very soon. And if you want to know what my next video will be on, it will probably also be on Automobilista 2, but not any mod. I will be driving an F1 car around the circuit, which might be plausible for F1 cars to go to. But until then, I've been Racing Legend, you've been my mates, thank you for watching, goodbye!